Dead Island 2, the fast-paced zombie slasher, which is the sequel to the original Dead Island, which was originally announced in 2014, almost 10 years ago, and set to release in 2015. But after multiple development delays and switching studios many times, we finally got a release date. It is now going to be released on the 21st of April 2023, which is 2 weeks at the time of this video being released. If you are looking forward to Dead Island, make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop a like on the video, because we've got multiple videos going all the way up until release and many more when the game actually releases. So the game was originally announced at E3 in 2014 and set to release in the middle of 2015. But unfortunately, with many development delays and it's switching studios multiple times, with a few of those studios actually becoming insolvent, it finally ended up in the development hands of Deep Silver and Dambuster Studios. And it is also published by Deep Silver. Now, they were the original guys that developed the first Dead Island and started to develop this one, but there was plenty of things that happened in between. We will have a full video covering what actually happened in a week or so. So make sure you stick around for that one. So the game is actually being brought forward by a week. The original release date was the 28th of April, but the development team are happy with the progress that they've made and the feedback that they've had during closed tests and some expeditions, some trade shows, let's say, that they've had. So they're very happy, and it seems like the community is very happy as well. I'm very excited for this one. So when the game launches, there are 3 separate editions, along with an expansion pass. The Standard Edition, Deluxe Edition, and Gold Edition. Starting at $54.99, then going to $59.99, and then finally for Gold is $74.99, which brings in the expansion pass. All of these guides have pre-order bonuses with them, so if you do want to get some pre-order stuff, then I'd recommend getting it before the 21st. The game will launch with Alexa game control, co-op, multiplayer, and single player. I currently can't find a minimum recommended specs for PC, so as soon as I do get that, I will let you guys know. Now, the trailer that has been playing in the background is the one from Gamescom of 2022, sort of re-announcing Dead Island. Now, since then, there has been a hell of a load of changes. Originally, it was slated to have a massive open world, but it turns out that that has been scaled back quite a bit. The game is still a relatively open world, as like the first one. You can do what you want. You can go where you want. There won't be the separate sort of cities and areas. It will be rather open. You'll just be sort of held back by levels and the gear that you've got, which, pretty cool way to do it. It is open, but at the same time, it will limit your progress a slight bit. Now, going back to the original, the combat is going to be very heavily melee based, with some awesome creations, electrical weapons, bladed weapons, all of that stuff, and loads of creative ways to actually kill the zombies, as you can see by the gore and everything that's going on in the background. There will be more firearms than there was in the original game, and firearms will be very useful. And definitely in comparison to the first one, the firearms are going to be a hell of a lot more readily available. But still, the main focus when it comes to combat is obviously your melee weapons and being able to actually destroy those zombies in countless ways. And as you can see, the combat is absolutely brutal, and it will favour those melee weapons. You will get the most out of it and the best experience if you were using them a lot more than you were the firearms. There are so many creative ways to destroy the zombies when it comes to combat, with electrical traps and all sorts of hand combat, being able to punch through a zombie's head, being able to kick them off a railing. It looks absolutely brutal, and that is something that I'm very, very excited about. Don't get me wrong, the firearms look cool, they sound cool, and they are going to be very fun to use. But nothing beats that good old close quarters combat with a zombie, being able to electrocute it, set it on fire, all of that good stuff. And just like the original, the melee weapons are not just standard. We're going to be able to craft and improve these to make some really, really creative ways to destroy the zombies. Being able to craft and add so many different things to the weapons is going to really expand your melee arsenal. Same with the firearms. There are multitudes of enhancements and crafting that we can do to those too. But melee weapons are going to stand out and shine, especially with this brutal zombie destruction system that the game has. Alongside a brutal combat system, there's also a zombie destruction system. So you will be able to hit certain areas and you will see those areas start to decay and fall apart. So you could, let's say for example, smack a zombie in the stomach, you're going to start seeing those internal organs after you've taken the skin away, which is going to be absolutely insane, and it's going to demonetize me to shit. But who cares? It's zombie destruction at its finest. The way we'll be able to absolutely annihilate these guys is going to be a massive point of gameplay, and it's going to be so much fun seeing the crazy ways that we're going to be able to do it. Alongside the insane melee weapons and firearms, we've also got Rage Mode, which lets us tap into a zombie DNA and use loads of skills that the zombies have at hand. With that comes some pretty awesome and ferocious close quarters combat kills. Alongside that, we're going to have some absolutely outstanding scenery of LA, or as they like to call it, Helle, which I absolutely love. Being able to run along the beaches of Helle and fight zombies, destroy everything around you, and just blow up anything that moves. When the game launches, we're going to have 6 characters to choose from, each with unique abilities and a fully upgradable skill system, which are going to enhance some of those abilities and even create and unlock some new ones. And just like the original, we're going to have a main quest line, but alongside that, there's going to be all sorts of side quests where we can meet some strange characters and earn ourselves some pretty cool gear, along with loads of secrets, especially if we're wandering off the beaten path. And if you're just like me, the first one gave me multiple hours of gameplay just through going around and meeting those strange characters that you can find all across the massive world. And some of those characters, like I say, give you some really awesome loot. And not just that, they just end up being a fun part of the story. Some of them, especially in the first one, were really quirky. But I think in this one, they're going to be a hell of a lot more out there and just weird, which is just going to make some fun gameplay and some really fun experiences and side quests alongside that main storyline. So the game is looking to be pretty damn amazing at launch. I'm so excited. Their Twitter is popping off with loads of good stuff. And the return of an awesome character. Sam B, the awesome rapper that was in the first one. Who do you voodoo bitch? That song, the great song that got very annoying after a few hours of hearing it. But it was absolutely awesome, and he is returning with some awesome new music too. So, for today, that is it on Dead Island 2. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments. Are you excited? Will you be buying the game, and if so, which version? For now, I've been Wired, you guys have been awesome. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for more Dead Island content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.